Hello and welcome back to Diablo 3. Here we are, in the Highlands Crossing, and when we last left off, Helene was actually here, and we killed the Spider Queen together. Perhaps the last boss that we're going to kill together for a long while. Because Helene's graphics card in her PC is dead. It's done for. It's over, and her PC is currently unworking. So, this is my new companion. I don't even know what her name is yet. What's your name? Listen, can I talk to you, girl? Hello.
So what was this place like?
No,
during
skip.
the Vizier?
You be quiet. Shh. Okay. So, the Enchantress is going to be joining me. I wanted to talk with her. I wanted to ask her what her name was, but she doesn't want to talk about that right now. I'm going to show you what skills and stuff and items I have with her in just a moment. But, as I said, Helene can't really play right now. She can't play anything. She can't use her PC at all. And I don't know, I would say that we don't really have the money to buy a graphics card decent enough at the moment. So we're going to wait with that. She's going to wait. She's happy. We've got a PlayStation. We've got a 3DS. She can draw. She can do other stuff. And not play Diablo. Or Guild Wars 2. Or anything at all. She's quite sulky about that most of the time. So I don't bring it up that often. But she has, like, logged in on my computer once or twice to, like, put auctions in, or just look at her character, you know, see how life used to be. But she doesn't want to do that too often. Not too often. So that said, the purpose of this video is not to play Diablo. It's to show you guys what you can expect from the next couple of videos. And what not to expect. Don't expect Helene. And I have hit level 60. We did play a little bit just before her computer broke, and I got to level 60 because, I don't know, a bunch of friends wanted to play, and, you know, I didn't want to say no. And I didn't mind hitting level 60 because, and now it's even more important because she's not here, there are a bunch of things that make everything a lot more interesting when you are level 60. Now, the first thing is, you get the Nephilim Valor buff, and that boosts your magic find by quite a lot, and that means that the boss fights and all the bigger or interesting fights will just be more interesting because you'll be picking up better gear. Now, I don't have a lot of magic find at the moment, okay, but every stack you get of this Nephilim Valor buff, it comes up down here, gives you extra magic find, and when you have 5 stacks of it, which is the max, they last for half an hour, and they persist through death, which is quite huge. It means that I can die as much as I want and it'll still stay there for half an hour, and it refreshes every time you kill another rare or champion or boss or whatever. So it's pretty cool. Now that's going to make it a lot more interesting. Another thing that's going to make it more interesting is I can actually buy the gear I've had my sights set on for a long time. We're going to talk about that in just a second. And that means I can boost my damage a lot. As you can see, I've got a ridiculous amount of DPS. Now, it can be a lot higher. For the money I've got, I can spend my money on buying a higher DPS weapon. I can spend on a lot of stuff, but I've got like a sort of a wish list kind of thing where there are a few items that I really want, and there's a way that I want to play my character, and it's going to be difficult, but I'm going to try. So, I've spent a bit of money already. I spent some on this, and that's absolutely amazing. Look at my hat. It's a real wizard or witch hat, isn't it? I am like an evil witch right now. Step aside, Adria. Look at me. Okay, it's amazing. There's nothing else I can say about it. It is absolutely amazing. Stats-wise, I wanted this. I think I paid 800k for it, or 750 or something around there, and stats-wise, it's perfect. It's exactly what I want. It gives me a good amount of critical hit. Well, 3% is good enough. Intellect, vitality, max arcane power, which is nice, and I chose this one specifically because it reduces the cost of Hydra. Okay, and that's cool. I use Hydra all the time, and it uses nothing now. Okay, I can cast it pretty much indefinitely, which is pointless, but it means that if I cast that, I can just cast more of these, because it costs a bit less. So the stats on there were pretty ideal for me. What the heck? Oh, these Hydras make a funny sound. Get out of here, funny sound.
If the coven takes root here,
really?
their spells will turn the soil to ash, and nothing shall grow again.
Okay, are you done? Thank you for that. Thank you for that. I think we're going to get along famously. Then, I need new shoulder pads. Okay? I need to get new ones. They're okay. This chest piece is pretty decent. What I need in here is just new gems. Stats-wise, it's good. I don't need much vitality. I've actually got very low health at the moment, but that's fine. I'll tell you about what I want to do with that in just a second. I need new Braces, definitely, those are terrible. The rings that I've got, they're okay. 70 intelligence, attack speed. They give a ridiculous amount of damage. Okay, look, if I take one off, that's crazy. That's like 4k DPS for just a ring. Now, it's going to be difficult upgrading that, and I know attack speed isn't ideal. What I wouldn't mind having is maybe some intelligence, vitality, critical hit damage increase, and stuff like that. Maybe attack speed. I don't mind having attack speed. It's just, it's not what I want, but this wasn't a really cheap upgrade. These cost like 10k or 20k or something. They're incredibly cheap. Same for the amulet. That's the same thing. Belt, it's okay. It's not that good. It's got a lot of intelligence on. Pants, terrible. Well, not terrible, but not great. They're okay. I might even remove that vitality gem. I know that's pretty risky, but I might do it. Boots, bad. I need new boots. Okay, quite badly. But the tough thing is, I want to keep the movement speed on there. I'll tell you why in just a second. Firstly, I dislike it intensely when you don't have the movement. Look how slow you run around when you don't have those boots on. Oh my goodness. Oh, it feels like I'm slogging across the map and it's taking forever to get anywhere I want to go. So, that's bad. That's a no-no. I need my movement speed. Okay? Then, I've got that at the moment. It's nothing special. It's actually quite terrible, but the DPS is high. The damage per second, pretty high. Same goes for that. That's actually quite nice. Okay, it's not bad, but I think I can do better. And we're going to visit the auction house together, you guys and I, in just a second. We're going to have a look at some stuff there. And before we do that, the Enchantress, I actually went out and bought her, she's got my old staff. I went and bought her some Magic Find stuff. These were cheap. They were, what was it, 20k? 10k? 15k. I just consulted my magic Helene. She's sitting right next to me because she has nothing better to do. And I just wanted to boost her health because the reason she's here is just to cast her little spells and give me my attack speed. No other reason. So she just needs to stay alive. But I also gave her some magic find. And now this works dual purposely because if I take these off her, put them on myself, it gives me a lot of magic find, more than just 9%. But I'll leave them on her for now because they passively increase it. And that's a good thing. So, I chose all the skills here on her that will help me out in the fights. I don't want her to do damage. Okay, she doesn't need to do a single bit of damage. She just needs to keep them busy, give me a buff or two, and that's that. So I didn't take this forceful push thing. No, I don't want to forcefully push in anyone. She can charm. So she charms an enemy to fight for me. Along with that, she buffs herself and her allies. That's me. Increasing her armor. That's not bad. I might actually switch that for this. Because projectiles, I'm assuming that that's like arrows, magic attacks, stuff like that. And armor by 15%. And attackers are slowed for 3 seconds. I like the slow. Okay, that's very useful. And it's going to fit in with a strat that I want to go for. But the shield might be better. I'm not sure how good the shield is. Then, a flash of confusion, you know exactly what that is. Instead of damage dealing. And again, attack speed instead of damage.
Prophet did not
or mass
mention
control,
what a
whatever.
bore you can be.
What? What? What a bore I can be? No! I'm the life of this party, girl. And you need some red armor because you're not fitting in. I've actually dyed my armor with
You never write
infernal
your own
dye.
spells.
What?
Why, yes. Don't you?
How else would I get this good?
Jeez Louise, these people just don't stop talking. Okay. So now that you've seen all of that, and you've seen my stats, they're not that good. Okay? But I'm working on it. Because I got a lot of money to spend. I'm not afraid to spend it. I'll just spend it on stuff that I want. But what I want to do is, I want to be able to boost my movement speed to, I think 25% is the cap. The soft cap. I call it soft cap because they hard cap you higher, but you need skills to get higher. So things like, there's an armor, I think. Let's have a look where it is. Is it energy armor? Whenever you struck, I'm not sure where it is. Then you get a bonus to movement speed. I think it's storm armor. There you go. Movement speed. Okay, so things like that will boost you above the cap, but you can only have so much. Now, because of that, there are a couple of items that I do want. I want to be able to keep the movement speed on the boots. There are braces that I want in the auction house, which are so difficult to get. They're called Lacuni something or other. I'll show you now. We're going to go out there now. And then there's a chest piece that's like my dream chest piece that costs way too much, which is Tyriel's Might. Imagine how cool that would look. that gives movement speed as well. So those two would give movement speed. Then I think there are a few others that can give you movement speed. I think there's a monk, set of monk pants that can give you speed. But I think if I have those two, then I'd probably have enough. But those are two dream items of mine that I really, really want. So, that's what's happening with my character. I'm level 60. I've got some decent gear. I've got a lot of damage. So basically, I'm going to be killing stuff really, really quickly. But I'll still die quickly. I'll be getting the Nephilim Valor buff, which is going to help it make it more interesting. Everything more interesting. Where are the mobs? Are there supposed to be mobs around here? I'm going to be picking up more magical items, which is going to make stuff interesting too. Oh, there you go. So I'll one-shot everything. I think I crit for something ridiculous like 30k. And it's fun. I might like barrel through the content really quickly, but that's okay too, because that means we'll get to Inferno faster. But I just wanted to make this video to inform you guys as to what's going on. And the fact that Helene won't be joining us for a little while. It depends on how quickly she manages to, like, get enough money for a graphics card, or it depends on when I upgrade my computer, because when I do that, then I'll hand down mine to her, and then she'll have a PC again. So she's sad about that, obviously, because there's a beta weekend for Guild Wars 2 coming up. There's, you know, Diablo 3, which she's been enjoying a lot. Immensely, actually. And it's sad. It's quite sad. But let's quit now, and let's check the auction house out. Can I still attack when I'm doing this? No. She's not even level 60. That just shows how I've been neglecting her. I wonder if her armor will upgrade, because she doesn't look that formidable as she is right now. So we're going to jump into the auction house. Oh, look how cool I look. Absolutely amazing. I'm going to change this to make it that reddish color that I've got on my armor as well. But now, one of the items that I really want, Lakuni Prowlers. Man, you know, I don't know how I'm going to manage to save up enough for these, but, or if I'm going to manage to get one with really good stats on, because it takes a lot to find something good. Now I already know how to find the ones that I want, because you just set that to 52, 52. Oh, I got to set that to armor first. Braces, because I've been looking at this a lot. Now I want intellect on it. There we go. I do want critical hit chance. There we go. See, now you can sort of narrow it down, but because the stats are as random as they are, it's a bit difficult. See, when I choose the ones that I really want, you get pretty much nothing. But still, I mean, I would settle for one of these, straight up. Because I'm going to be going for movement speed instead of going for a lot of health or armor or, well, pretty much any form of staying alive stats. The movement speed will help me with that. And I know that because I've tested it. Okay, I've been playing for a while on my own now, and just being able to outrun enemies really helps. So I can outrun them, I can cast Frost Nova, I can cast Diamond Skin, and I can just have my Hydras attacking them the whole time. So I run, cast the Hydras, let them run past the Hydras, take a lot of damage. Now this is for the really, really tough mobs, say Inferno groups and stuff. One needs to do stuff like that. But I'm going to go for it in that way. I'm going for movement speed and just evasion. Not evasion in the sense of going for dodge. Just staying away from them instead of going for health. And I'm going to stack everything I have in DPS. Crit. Not so much attack speed, intellect to give me that damage, and just pure damage, basically. So these are a dream item for me. Now, it's difficult, because if you want to get any form of stat on it that's just good in any way, then it's just, there's so much random involved that you're going to be looking for a while. Okay? Now, even asking for 100, you probably won't get anything. Okay, well, there you go. There's a few with 100 on. And I think this has been in here for, like, ever. Anyway, so you can see, just having something like that is good. I would settle for that, because what I've got right now is just 92 intelligence and dexterity, which doesn't help me at all. But basically what one needs to do to be able to get these items there, and this gives attack speed as well, which is also a huge boost in damage. But what one needs to do to get this is one needs to keep checking the auction house really, really regularly. And I'm doing that. I'm checking it pretty much every day for this specific item, and the easiest way to do that is just to type the name in. And you can look at the most expensive ones and see what's like, really good. But sometimes people just put it in for a lot when it's not actually worth that much. Like, who's going to pay 700 million for anything? Who even has 700 million. No one has 700 million. Okay? That doesn't happen. So you scroll through them, check what you want. There, I just saw intelligence one. But basically, long and short of it is that I want these braces, and I'm going to wait till I can get a good-ish one. One that's an upgrade, and one that'll last a long time. Now, I know there are yellow items out there that are probably as good, if not better. But as I said, I want the movement speed. I just want it. Because I play this game for enjoyment, and if I can get the stats that I enjoy on the items that I want, then that's great. I'll save for it, and I'll hope for the best. So that's that. That's the one item. My other dream item, which is even more of a dream item, because it's just much more difficult to get what you want here, is Tyrael's Might. There's the one I want. Oh, 23 million, that's not so bad. I actually saw one exactly like this 2 days ago with 3 sockets in. Crazy. But as you can see, these are good. These are really, really good. And it gives movement speed. Now, how legendaries work is that they've got a couple of set stats on them. Now, on this, for instance, the resistance to all elements, the life, is it the life? I think it's the life. No. The resistance to all elements, the movement speed, and I think the damage to elites. Yeah, those are staple stats. They'll always be there, and they'll be on every single one. Now, the cheaper ones, like this one down here, generally has slightly worse stats. Now, that's not bad. That's still pretty good. If I was a bar, then I'd take that for the price that they put it in for. It's not bad. But you don't want to go for not bad if you're spending this amount of money. You want to go for the best. The absolute best. Now, if I see something here that I want, I'm probably going to buy it. But I'm not going to see anything that I want. Look at all this strength stuff. I was discussing with Helene just earlier or the other day that there's way too much strength stuff because there's only one class that uses it. The Barbarian. And that's pretty sad. That means that when Blizzard do add... That's not bad. Man, only 10 mil. I'd take that. Anyway. When Blizzard make an expansion or whatever, they'll probably add another strength class. Just because. The game needs it. But, that's another one of my dream items. And looking at this here, okay, it's just so difficult to get upgrades for these items. Like, you look at that, for instance. You're going to pay millions to get a better ring than that. Millions. Probably. Maybe not, but close. And stuff like the boots. Okay, I've got something in mind that I like, which they're called Firewalkers, but again, there's so much random involved with these items that it's tough. Now, I've seen Firewalkers with, like, there's one with now 196 intelligence, and that's really cool. 12% movement speed, again, reduces damage, which is okay. But I have seen ones with like 250 intelligence on. 250 and vitality. Then they were in for like a ridiculous amount of money, and I don't want to spend that kind of money. I would if I had it, because it's another dream item. And imagine how cool this would look. You know? Just imagine. These boots would look very cool. On Lumen, the Wizardly Adventurer. But that's what I'm going for. I'm slowly but surely going to upgrade my items and get the items that I really want. That I really wanted. And I've got it. Nothing else here I really wanted. Okay, that's pretty much it. That was a big chunk of my money. I bought this recently, which was pretty good. But smaller things that I can upgrade, like this one I can upgrade now. My shoulder pads, you can't see it at the moment. But they could do it with an upgrade right now. This can do with an upgrade right now. But I might not upgrade this right now. I don't want to sell it. I could sell it because it's pointless to even have it. It's so bad. But I want the Lakuni Prowlers. Right there. In my bracer slot. So I'm going to work on that. Anyway, that's it. That's all I wanted to say. Oh, and there's another thing. I don't know if it's worth it. Maybe if you guys are playing the game more than me and sort of know more about the stats and how everything works. Is it worth it buying... My boy. Nero's sulking. Because it's raining outside, we didn't really go for a walk. And anyway, you don't want to hear that. Maybe you do. But if you do, then you're going to have to wait for the Q&A or the vlogs or whatever. But what I was going to ask is it worth buying a nice high DPS staff? Because I think if I had to get a staff, say, for instance, let's just go down a little bit. Now, it would be ideal to get something like that, okay? And I could set it to everything except, well, everything and not just staff. But could it be worth it getting something like... Maybe not that. I actually had better examples here earlier, what I would say is I wouldn't mind critical hit damage, and I would actually not mind intelligence on it. So, oh, not indestructible is actually really good, but I don't want that. There. Okay. Now, this is a bit low, you see? Now I'm going a bit low, but if I take something like, let's take the intelligence off, because then I'll probably get something better. There. Or not better, higher DPS. Now, if I take something like that, for instance, okay? That's just a quick example. That has quite a bit more DPS. It's nearly double what my wand has. Now, that would probably boost my DPS by a big chunk. And I might even bid on this. Who knows? Why not? Look at the high-end damage. 846 to 1,356 compared to my wand's 676 max. Now, that means I'm going to be critting for a lot more. And it's actually attacking more per second. So the crits will be a lot higher. And because it gives critical hit damage increased by 57, that means it'll be 50% higher as well. So instead of critting for 30,000, I'll be critting for 45,000. That's a lot more. I think I crit for even more than 30 at the moment anyway. But I might get something like that. I might spend like 2.5 million like that on a staff, because I think that'll be a huge DPS increase. And when I do get into Inferno mode, it'll help. And you know, the offhands, it's such a pain trying to browse for offhands. It's terrible. You can't organize things by damage, so you stuck with doing this. Okay? So that stuff, pretty cool. Maybe I'll bid on it. 7 hours from now, I'm probably going to be sleeping, but maybe I'll bid on it. Anyway, offhands, this is a pain. Let me just show you this. This is a pain. You can't look at buyout because these fools put these things in except for that one. Okay. Is that 2 billion? What? No. You can't be serious. Okay. Anyway, they put these junk ones in for, well, that's not actually junk. That's got a lot of damage. But these silly ones in here for like super high prices, so you're never going to see the good ones. And there's no way of organizing by damage, because that's what you're actually looking for on the offhand. Nice high damage like that, for instance. So, because of that, I'm going to steer clear of the wand and offhand, and I'll probably just get a staff. You know? Unless I find a dream item, which I probably won't, because all the cool legendaries and stuff don't have enough damage. They just don't. So, I'll probably end up going for something along these lines. Not these, because I don't have that much money. Probably one page back. Well, it's organized by DPS. Probably something like that one that I was just looking at. The 2.5 million one. Where is it now? Oh, it had critical hit damage on. Hold on. Something like... Hold on. Something like Stellar Oak. I'll probably get something like that soon. And, you know, while it might make killing stuff a little bit easy or trivial, that doesn't matter.
Let us fight this.
Because as I said,
together.
if we progress faster, then we're going to be seeing Inferno mode faster. And we're still going to explore every single area to its fullest. But that's sadly going to be it for this video. Check back here soon for a proper gameplay video that's going to involve me and my lovely enchantress friend here. I might get her better stuff as well, because that one kind of sucks. I was using that on level 58. But still, we'll see. I tried the Templar out for a little bit, but that guy just keeps dying. And when I want him to heal me, he doesn't heal me. There's no point in having him. Who knows, I might check the Scoundrel out, but for now, Enchantress is my girl. Because all I need her to do is just distract them while I kill them. And that's that. So, again, check back here soon for more. Sadly, for more videos that won't have Helene in. But it should still be fun. And hopefully we can get her computer up and running soon again. But again, happy all those things. Or unhappy all those things for Helene, but happy all of them for us. Okay? And look how cool I look. Absolutely amazing. Happy that too. Ooh, look. I removed my shoulder pads with Vanishing Dye. I also removed the gloves because I think they look tacky. And now I've got this exposed arm that I think looks quite sleek and slender and just all around nice. I like it. It's like a fashion show in Diablo. I like it. Happy all those things.